tired of being alone? Or are we talking about modern mercenaries?
Actually, so there was a lady who joined the call earlier today, and I kind of agree with her as far as, well, what y'all's conversation, and how y'all were speaking about the older generation kind of failed us as far as like teaching us how to, properly prepare for marriage. So I'm kind of here to like say like, I'm learning as well and kind of trying to navigate as well.
Well, I don't think she really agreed much with me. I said that. I mean, she came in saying, well, younger women need to be married. Then I was like, well, okay, cool, I hear you. But then I asked her about having any daughters. She said she had 4 stepdaughters, 25 to 29, who all were single. I'm like, well, all right. So, what do you want to be married one day?
Absolutely. So definitely, for sure.
Was your mother married?
My mother was married. She's divorced now.
Was she married to your father?
Yes, she was.
Okay, you guys, and women watching this too. I've been around the block. I'm not saying I've I'm not a fucking, I don't have no 3-digit numbers or anything like that, you guys, but I just know certain things. And let's take a look at this woman. And part of the reason why that I'm gonna say what I'm about to say is just because like it's I just want you guys to have a different type of perspective when we're looking at this, and I want you to understand what someone like me thinks of a woman like her. Just right off the bat, just the way that she talks, the way that she looks, the way that she is, she does some nasty shit. And it's like this, once again, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. You live your life, do what you do. Everyone's young, everyone does what they do. But it absolutely changes the way men and people look at you. You know what I'm saying? This is just off the demeanor. This is just the vibes that I'm getting off of her. I can smell it. I can see the aura. Like it's Hunter x Hunter, some shit. Like I could put the nin in my eyes and I can see the thought aura or the sexual aura of a person, you guys, for the most part. And if I don't know, if I can't tell, if your aura is like an unknown number, it makes me interested. It makes me a little interested. I'm just being honest.
How long were they married?
For about 10 years or so. About 10 years.
So when you speak to your mother about dating, relationships, and men, is she happy, upbeat, optimistic, and joyful?
Yes, but I also do come from a very strict traditional background. So earlier you were talking about how like back in the day, men or women don't really have to prepare for marriage. They're kind of just already ready. I completely agree with that. When I was growing up, I always knew that, well, I kind of knew that my parents would like find someone for me. However, since like living in America and everything like that, they're kind of letting me like, look for love. And yeah.
Okay, so is your mother, she's been divorced from your father for how long?
Last thing, I know I keep coming in, but there's so much that's in this. So she said coming to America. I think she's African. I can also kind of tell from the little hairdresser she does. I think she's African, and she most African women want African American men. And the reason why is because African men are a lot more traditional. They're a lot more traditionally masculine, and the African American men are a lot more feminine. They're a lot easier to handle and be with. And the reason why I know this is because I've dated African women.
Ooh, it's been about like 20 something years now.
Has she had a boyfriend or a significant relationship since?
Yes. However, it's been a few years.
How long was that relationship?
Not that long at all.
Okay. So in the last 20 years, she hasn't had any real relationships.
Yeah, that's true. I think she focused more on me and my siblings.
So when I ask if your mom is happy, upbeat, joyful, and optimistic when she talks to you about relationships, if she divorced your father, And she hasn't had a man.
Correct.
She can say one thing, but what are you seeing?
I think she's focused on herself, honestly.
It's a mercenary.
True.
It's a mercenary. Because you say you were raised in a traditional kind of place, but...
So one of my exes was from Kenya. And I actually lived with her for about 2 years in her house. And her mother it's so interesting. The African women that I've been around that I know are very Americanized, and they live the same lives as African Americans. Their mothers divorced the fathers for whatever reasons. Anyways, my ex, when I was living with her, the mother and the father of my ex didn't get along, and my ex actually did not like her mother at first. She just didn't have a good relationship with her. She said she was mean. She was very unemotional, very unattached to things like that. And the mom and the dad had some issues, but I will say that when I was living with her, I enjoyed the mother. I thought the mother was nice. But the thing is what happens is they get very firm and they get extremely demanding when they get older. Like everyone does, you know. And she has her boyfriend. The ex's mother had her boyfriend for like 5, 6, 7 years, but no marriages. She actually got her green card, her citizenship because she paid some white guy to marry her. Insane. It's fucking wild. So she paid a white guy to get her citizenship, so she was technically married again for the citizenship. And these are the types of environments that these women grow up in. She's not saying it. She's not saying everything, you guys. And I'm here trying to tell you guys, peel back the veil, because this is only certain surface level, you guys. This is surface level to it. So she's not a traditional woman. She does not have a good example of what relationships between men and women look like, because if she has brothers and sisters, I don't know how far along on the birth ranking she is, but more than likely she witnessed the father and the mother not having a good relationship. And African men aren't afraid to put their hands on their women. They're not afraid to do that, you know. And so, but also we gotta say, I'm not over here condoning domestic violence, but on the same hand, what are the mothers doing that causes the type of situation, you guys? This is something that nobody wants to talk about.
Your mother divorced your father, or your father divorced your mother?
Situation was pretty bad, so it was definitely my mother who left.
Okay. I don't want to pry too much. Are you saying the situation was bad because you witnessed it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just called it. I just said this shit. I just said this shit, man. I'm telling you, this shit happens like, it's like cookie cutters, man. Every relationship is pretty much the fucking same because of the mentality and the shit that happens, man. Physical abuse happened because the mother did some shit, the dad did some shit. When they're in Africa, there's an entirely different culture. They came together because of the structure that whatever African country they were in, they needed each other, they wanted each other, and the mentality that they had with each other worked. When they come to America, things are fucking completely different out here. Women can do whatever the fuck they want to. African women see women more free out here, and the same structure that made them survive in another country, when they came here, is the exact reason that makes them divide. And more than likely, it's just what I'm gonna assume, the father wanted shit to stay the same. He wanted to control shit. He wanted some shit. The mother was like, fuck no. Come on, we in America. I can do what I want to do. Look at all these women that are doing what they want to do. I'm not standing for this shit no more. I'm not standing for it. And then she probably did some shit and some, you know, shit happened. This is it. This is it.
But
okay. All right. Women I often hear young ladies idealize their mothers. What did your mother teach you about relationships if she's not in one? Can't keep one.
So that's actually a good point that you make.
I know.
Nothing.
I had to learn, like, okay, if my mom is living like this and
So in other words, you got to answer the question before you do.
Okay.
What is she teaching
you? So what she taught me is...
Another thing that I saw Kevin talk about, he said that men don't want women that are projects. That's not necessarily true. We do want to teach a woman. We want to teach the woman to be the right woman for us. You know what I'm saying? So she, off the rip, is someone that's, you know, this is the type of women that we have to deal with. If you're my age, you guys, this is the attitude that girls have, even from other countries. It's America. It's this Western ideology that is pervading the entire globe, you guys. This isn't gonna be something you're gonna avoid going to other countries. You can now, but listen, 5 years down the road, I'm betting sooner than 5 years, the whole world is gonna be taking this Western ideology.
What I learned is that you definitely can't be in a situation that you're not happy with. Especially if it's not healthy.
No.
Okay.
No. Move on past your mother, and because see, I don't want to go down that path. I don't want to ask what the issues were. Were the police involved? All right, then we move on. But since then, what is she teaching you about men? Because that ain't all men. That ain't all relationships. I don't want to go there.
Okay.
But what else?
She's taught me to find somebody who loves me, find someone who will care for me, support me.
What does that mean?
What does that mean? I need to make sure that I find a man that I'm basically not doing all of the work.
So she taught you, thank you. Somebody who will love me and support me. When it gets right down to it, here comes the fears. Somebody that's I'm not going to do it. So come on. I know where we're going with this. You're saying one thing, but you were taught another.
Okay.
You said she was joyful, optimistic, upbeat, but she told me to find somebody who loves me, somebody who's going to support me, but you're supposed to be the support system, not me. You are my support system. I'm not your support system. You're supposed to love me. I'm not supposed to love you. I'm supposed to protect you. You're supposed to love me. Okay. You are my support. I'm not your support. And then somebody where I'm not going to have to do all the work. You're supposed to work for me.
Agreed.
You said you were raised in a traditional kind of way.
She don't agree with that shit. Man, look at the demeanor. Police was involved. I almost guarantee you her mother deported her father. I'm willing to put money on that shit. I'm willing to put money on it. He's probably not in this country anymore, you guys. And if he is, he's probably already remarried or has another family. It's been that long. I put my money on it. I promise. If you know her name, find the information or some shit. I might even reach out to this chick to find out, because I almost willing to guarantee this is exactly what it is. When it comes to, she said love and support, she's a modern woman, you guys. Modern fucking woman. She might have been a traditional woman had she grew up in her country of origin, but in America, it ain't like that. It is not like that. There's too much shit out here that tells women to go all sorts of fucking directions. Women are confused. They don't know what the fuck that they want. They don't know what they're doing. A lot of women. Now, I'm not saying all women, okay? Not all women. A lot of women, though.
I'm not hearing any traditional anything that your mother's teaching you. She ain't living it because she don't have a man.
And I was just about to say that. So she can't live it. But I mean,
yes, she can.
Based off of the...
Yes, she can. She could have. Yes, she can. She could have found a man.
By finding a man.
Thank you. Because children don't learn from what you tell them. They learn from what you see. At 26 years old, you're no closer to being married than you were at 23. Because you don't even know what you're looking for.
I believe I know what I'm looking for.
Okay, what are you looking for?
So I'm definitely looking for a man who has more than what I have for myself.
I'm gonna stop it right there. Right off the fucking rip. This is what it comes down to, you guys. Women are they become men. Men, we say, yeah, I want a girl that got a nice ass, a nice breasts, lips. You know, she dresses sexy. I want it. We are surface level like that. And where men fall is that they forget to go they go deeper. They forget to actually look at the intrinsic values, the fucking character of the woman. And that's where they fail at, you guys. But the thing is as men, if they got the money and they know there's gonna be some short-term shit, they don't give a fuck about it. But for women, she's doing the exact same fucking thing. She's doing surface level shit. She's looking at, I want the 6-pack, 6 figures, 6 feet tall. She want the money. She wants someone that has more than her. She wants someone she wants this. This is what she wants. But what she's gonna fail at is she doesn't know what type of character, the type of man that is gonna make shit work. But she don't want that. Once again, man, this is something else that Kevin does not drill on about, is that I don't think a lot of women say they want to be married. I don't think they actually truly want to be married. And here's the deal. They're gonna get married for what they want, but it's not gonna be lifetime. It's not gonna be a lifetime marriage, you guys, at all. For women like her, anyways. There are women out there that really do want it for a lifetime. She don't. She'll say she does, but she don't. It's not gonna work out like that.
So,
what does that mean?
Say again.
What does that mean?
So I have this, I guess, vision for myself as far as how successful I need to be. And I feel like the man that I find either needs to meet that or exceed that by at least times.
What do you have?
What do I currently have? So currently I have like a job. Like, you mean like physically, like I have a job?
You said you didn't meet a man that has more than you. What do you have?
So I live in my own place. I have my own cars.
Okay, hold on. You own a home or an apartment?
I'm in an apartment.
Okay, you own cars or car?
A car.
Okay, you have an apartment, a car. Did you go to college?
Yes, I did.
Did you graduate?
Yes, I did, with the
What's your degree?
bachelor's,
In
working
what?
on a master's,
Bachelor's in
business
what?
administration.
A master's in what?
I'm either going to do a master. Well, I'm working on a master's in finance. Sorry.
So you got a car, an apartment, and did you get scholarships or you have student loans?
I do have student loans. I did get scholarships as well. But I'm in debt. Yes, I get your point.
How much are we talking? 10, 20, 30, 40, what?
Oh, I'm up there.
What's that?
Oh, I'm like 60K.
All right. So in other words, you're 26.
Yo, this is just fucking outlandish, man. And this is the part where I want y'all to understand, man. Kevin's really trying to help women out. He ain't help. Like, look, she's got 60K student loan fucking debts. She's got an apartment and a car, but she wants a man that has more than her. That's fucking standard. Off the rip. You have your own apartment and a car and no student loans. You already got more than what she got. She don't know what the fuck she want. Why would you go and get someone with that much amount of student fucking debt? Look, this is a question y'all niggas gotta ask, man. How much student loan debt do you got? Huh? You bad? You want to go further? How much student loan you got? So, if we're doing off that, her assets are negative. And I'm not just saying negative. She's got 60K debt. That's a lot of fucking money. She's got negative value, you guys. There's one thing to have low value. She's got negative value. And then you're talking about finances and money, and especially the way shit is going nowadays and how scarce money, how prices of things are gonna go even higher in the future. Fuck that, man. Come on, man. This is real life now, y'all. This is real shit. Our parents, my parents anyways, didn't know what the fuck to do in this world. We have the internet, so we can understand economy. We can understand trading. We can understand stocks and crypto and shit like that. She got 60K worth of fucking debt. Nah.
6-year-old woman. How tall are you?
I am 5'5".
Dress size?
You say again?
Dress size?
Oh, dress size. I don't know, like 12. I don't know.
12? How much did you weigh the last time you weighed yourself?
Like 190.
How many children would you?
Kevin Wilden. She's 190. I'm 185. Let me stand up for you guys real quick. I'm 185. I'm 5'10", 185. Look. Me. I'm 5'10", 185. She's 5'5", 190. Woo. Shit, I might weigh 190 right now. If that. It's hard for me to get to 190. I'm trying to get to 200. Woo!
Would you like to have?
2.
Mm-hmm. And after you're pregnant and married with your first child, do you want to have to work to pay significant bills?
Absolutely not.
Okay. What percentage of the overall family financial load do you want to have to be responsible for an entire
Less than
life?
30.
Less than 30 could mean one. Which percentage?
30 or less.
Well, ma'am, you cannot work after you're pregnant and then be responsible for 30% of the family financial load. Those two numbers don't match.
How not?
Well, if you're not working, at what age do you plan on going back to work?
So I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So what percentage of the overall family financial load do you want to have to be responsible for a lifetime? And 30% means if your income goes away, the family takes a substantial hit. 30%, you cannot, a ship can't even stay with 3 compartments. 30% compromises it.
Mm-hmm.
So what percentage of the overall family financial load do you want to have to be responsible for? Meaning if you don't make it, it doesn't compromise, meaning you don't make it.
Okay, quick question. I'm so sorry.
Huh?
So if I'm responsible for 30%, leaving us with 70%, that we can't live off of that.
It's going to substantially change what happens. 30% is beyond the tipping point.
So what would be a good percentage for a woman?
I don't know, ma'am. I'm asking you. You said you don't want to, after married, pregnant, you don't want to have to work. So,
okay. Let me change that statement. I don't want to have to work like a job to where it's like,
ma'am, I just need to know what percentage of the overall
30%.
family financial stress. So you want to be responsible for 30% of the family stress. So that means your daughter or your son has a car. You want to be responsible for 30% of that. They go to college. You want to be responsible to pay 30% of that. You're responsible for 30% for the rest of your life. So that means you're going to have to work through 65. All right. What state do you live in?
Texas.
How much does it cost to have a middle-class family of 4 in Texas to live a middle-class life?
50 to 60K.
It gets sadder and sadder the more I see these types of content, you guys. I live in Dallas, Texas. 50, 60K? That ain't shit. I mean, it's enough. It's enough to get your own place. It's enough to have some stuff, some furniture. But you still living paycheck to paycheck. 50K ain't shit. To have, family of 4, 2 kids, family of 4. If I want that, I'm looking at like 240K. I could do it with 120. I could do it with over 100,000. But it's gonna be stretching. I'm gonna be stressing as well. But comfortably, it's like 200, like $250,000. Man, we gotta make $250,000 out here in Dallas to live comfortably and have a family of 4. Honestly, like 250, 300 for 3 kids in a nice place, nice car, not living paycheck to paycheck. We get to live the life we want to, afford the clothes that our kids want, afford the clothes that I want, afford the nice amenities and toys and things like that. Life isn't just about surviving. It's also about thriving. It's about enjoying this life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta have the money to enjoy the life that you want to, not just fucking have fun and hedonistic sex and pleasure and shit like that, you guys. That's like, anyways, I just can't believe she said that.
What the French toast did you just say?
To have a
family of 4. A family of 4.
120K.
A family of 2 children and 2 adults to where the kids can have cars and go to college. $120,000. $120,000 in Texas. I lived in Texas for 12 years. That ain't gonna cut it. That's not gonna cut it. But let's just say, how much do you think you'll make at the top of your career?
About 120, 30K.
So 120 or 30K. So that's 30%. So your man needs to make 70. So let's just use your math then, shall we? So 130,000 times 0.17. So your man needs to make 221,000. If you're responsible for 30%.
My goal was actually 360,000 for my husband.
What percentage of men earn that amount of money?
Top 5 to 1%.
Top 1%. Ma'am?
Mm-hmm.
Do you care if he's black, white, Hispanic, Asian?
An astronaut.
Yes.
What do you want him to be?
African American.
And you're dress size 12.
Yes, very curvaceous woman.
Yeah, how curvy you are, you're almost 200 pounds, and you want a man who's making $360,000. So I got a question for you. What does a man who's making $360,000 or more want from a woman?
Nothing. They don't need anything from us.
Modern mercenaries, everybody. You can't make this shit up.
They don't need anything for us.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up. What does a man who's making that kind of money or more want from a woman?
I mean, I guess at that point it would just be, what does he want from a woman? He would just want a family at that point. A woman that's going to be there.
Hold on, ma'am. Hold on. See how clear you had for the man and how much money he needs to make and all this other shit? When I ask you one simple thing, what does the kind of man that you want from a woman? You can't answer that simple question. Just kids, huh? Ma'am, all he needs is a working womb to do that. So what does he want?
She said, Now that is a very, very thought-provoking answer that you gave to Mr. Samuels. I had no idea. A working womb. Scott, write that down in the theorems. This is gold.
It would be basically somebody he could come back to for his support. Somebody who's going to basically care after the kids while he's out there working.
What's your longest relationship?
My longest relationship is the one I'm in.
Babysitter can do that.
And I guess you could say that that's a little over a year.
And how old is he?
He is 25.
All right. So he's a year younger than you. What's the maximum age difference you want?
Fun fact, my ex, she was a year older than me as well. And it was cool for a minute, didn't work out. Know why? She didn't respect me. I was a placeholder for what she actually kind of wanted. She said that she wanted it, she just didn't want to be alone. So the 25-year-old man that is dating her, she's gonna dip. She's not gonna respect you, and this is not gonna be good. So I just want you to hopefully understand this and get all that you can from her and leave. I mean, not even leave. Get all you can from her. Wait for her to leave, and then you'll be good to go, man. Just take what you got. Take all the experiences that you learned. Take all that shit. Just internalize it, and then just keep your eyes out there. They probably already. The reason why she's on this is because she wants more than what he has. She doesn't want him like that. Come on, man. That's why she's on this shit. Oh.
Between you and your husband?
Maximum. So for me to be stable, I would have to be looking at a guy that's over 10 to 15 years older than me.
All right. So you can't make this shit up. And you say that confidently too. I want him making $360,000. First off, you do realize that these men don't want women way more than they do.
Okay.
Point blank, end of sentence. Number one. Number two, they don't want women that are not traditional.
Okay.
You're not traditional.
I'm not traditional?
Oh, no, you're very modern.
How so? Please tell me.
No. Well, fact of the matter, you're single at this point. And we went through how you were raised. You're not traditional. You're dating a guy who's a year younger than you. You're not traditional. See, traditional women by your age would have been married because marriage is a requirement for traditional women.
Absolutely.
Men are not optional. You have a dream. You have no, don't so. You have a fantasy, which is fine. But you're trying to find a man in the top 1% of women. And this man has the option of the world. So first thing he wants from a woman is like most men want from women who are cooperative. Cooperative, traditional. Then fit, feminine, friendly. You fail the fitness part.
Okay.
So automatically, you have to compete with the women that are around that man. So why would a black man who's making that kind of money, skip over all the plethora of women who were raised to be there with him, who they don't have the kind of family thing you're talking about, whose mother actually has modeled this kind of stuff, who actually knows what a man wants other than just who can answer the questions I'm talking about? Why should he skip all these women and choose you?
So most of your questions have been like, I guess, about my current situation and how I grew up. But I mean, if we're talking about traditionalism, right? I was raised to cater to.
I asked you, why should he skip over all these women and take you? I asked you all these questions
because of how I was raised and how I was
brought up. You were raised by a divorcee who hasn't had a relationship for 20 years.
Okay. I have a strong family of women who are married around me, who have taught me.
You got a cookbook?
I don't need a cookbook.
Oh, yeah, you do need a cookbook. See, right there, folks, right there. You heard the voice.
She wants to cook what she wants to cook, and if she's cooking, you're eating what she's cooking. But if you're making a quarter million a year, 300,000 a year, you gonna eat what she cooks because this is what she's cooking. And if not, then you're gonna pay for the food that you want to eat. That's what you get with this woman.
Heard it. Like I said, all you have to do is trigger these modern women, and it'll come out. You heard the tone. Thank you.
I don't need a cookbook. You have.
Yeah, you need Jesus. Oh my God. 200 pounds. I don't need a cookbook. You don't need nothing from me. That's why you're dealing with a 25-year-old, because a man who's serious would not deal with this. Look at this shit. Like, I don't need them. I don't need a, Get your 15 minutes of fame. Oh my goodness. $360,000 now for the low price of $360,000, you get a woman who's not 30, 40, 50. She's $60,000+ in debt, guys. And that's before grad school. Then you get the benefit of her having her consumer debt, her credit card debt. Then the fact that she's a whopping size 12. It's curvaceous, but it's 12. And she doesn't even have a cookbook. She doesn't need a cookbook because you're making all the money. All she has to do is sit there and give you starfish sex and a size 12 body. And you should be happy to get that. Matter of fact, you should skip over every woman that's already been raised to be fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive, to kind of work and create and support to her man. You should skip over all of them to go to get to her. Right. Buy a dog. Buy a dog.